Are you serious, guys? Give me one moment here. Are you serious? Wow. We've got a shift of power. See, these are the things you'll never hear about in the mainstream media. You just never hear about it.
Wow.
Whoa.
We've got a shift of power.
Yeah, we
These are
do.
the things
You'll never hear about it in the mainstream media. No, that's right. Never, ever hear about it in the mainstream media. Let me put a shout out right now for www.ketowithpaul.com. That's www.ketowithpaul.com. Celebrities are taking advantage of the hottest diet trend of 2023 called Keto 2.0. Before big movie stars, celebrities now often either follow a Keto 2.0 diet or take advantage of a Keto 2.0 supplement. The easiest way, though, to get on the Keto 2.0 trend and elevate those ketone levels and support the weight management is with this amazing KetoWithPaul.com. This mix, this powder, KetoWithPaul.com, supports elevated ketone levels in the body, which in turn supports the weight management, appetite management, and healthy metabolism. Order it now. Go right now to www.ketowithpaul.com. That's www.ketowithpaul.com. Include 51% off by using that link. Guys, seriously, get it done. You'll be glad you did. And it's really, really good. All right, now, we do have information here. And this is amazing, really, that this stuff slips by people. I'm kind of stunned by it, but I shouldn't be really, right? Because this is the kind of things that happen when you're talking about kingdoms and kingdom building. And so what's taking place is in Saudi Arabia, the crown prince, in Jordan, the crown prince of Jordan is getting ready to marry the second cousin of Saudi Arabia's crown prince, Mohammed bin Salman. And nobody is talking about that. They just say a Saudi Arabian woman who is an aristocrat and is an architecture. She's an architect and comes from the daughter of a wealthy CEO family in Saudi Arabia. But we went and dug a little deeper to find out just who she is and why the future king of Jordan, the Hashmonite kingdom, would be marrying this young lady. Well, here's the deal. It's a royal wedding for sure. It's tomorrow in the palace. Now remember, the Hashmonite kingdom is the oldest monarchy in the Middle East and is the direct descendant of the Prophet Muhammad. So the current king, King Hussein, Abdullah II, is a direct descendant of the Prophet Muhammad. And so this is huge. He is also a direct descendant of the Hashmonite kingdom from the Bible. And obviously plays a major role because he is in control of the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. This is huge when we're talking prophecy. He's heir to the throne in one of the oldest monarchies in the Middle East and a descendant of the Prophet Muhammad. She's a Saudi architect with an aristocrat pedigree of her own. Crown Prince Al Hussein bin Abdullah II, who's 28 years old, and Rajwa Alseif is 29. She's 29. They're to be married tomorrow at the palace. The wedding taking place in Jordan, a Western allied monarchy that has been a bastion of stability for decades as Middle East turmoil has lapped at its borders. But the families have not said how the couple met or provided any details about their courtship. They were formally engaged at a traditional Muslim ceremony in the Saudi capital in August of 2022 that was attended by senior members of the Hashmonite Kingdom, Jordan's royal family. The bride and groom are destined to become a power couple in the Middle East, forging a new bond between Jordan and Saudi Arabia as the latter seeks to transform itself into a regional power broker. Rajwa Alseif was born in the capital of Saudi Arabia on April 28, 1994. She is the youngest of 4 children. Her mother, Azza bint Naif Abdullah Hamad al-Sadari, is related to Hassa bint Ahmed al-Sadari, who is said to have been the favorite wife of Saudi Arabia's founder, King al-Saud. And she also gave birth to 7 of his sons, including the country's current king, King Salman. For decades, the so-called Sadari 7, most of whom are now deceased, were seen as a major locus of power within the Saudi royal family. And so she's a second cousin to the Saudi crown prince bin Salman. So Alseif, as I said, she's the youngest of 4 kids. She went to college at Syracuse University School of Architect and Fashion Institute Design and Merchandise. She is engaged to be married tomorrow to the Crown Prince of Jordan. Now, her father was a Saudi businessman, Khalid Alseif. He is the CEO of a privately owned Alseif group, and his wife, Azza al-Sadari. The Alseif family descends from the Subi tribe, the sheikhs of the town of Al-Attar in Sadar. Her mother belongs to Al-Sadari family, the same family as the current king of Saudi Arabia's mother. So this makes her a first cousin twice removed of King Salman and a second cousin once removed of the Saudi crown prince Mohammed bin Salman. So this marriage is going to link some of the hierarchy and aristocratic families and royal families of Saudi Arabia and of Jordan. This is huge. It really, really is. So she's quite highly educated. She's went to college here in America at Syracuse University School of Architect. She also studied and worked in Los Angeles, California, earning a degree from the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising, as working as an architectural firm nearby while going to the Fashion Institute of Design. So this is a very high level, a very well-prepared, well-trained situation here where we have this young lady who's coming in to marry the crown prince, who will be the king of Jordan before it's all said and done. And guys, I'm going to tell you right now, that is a big-time move in the Middle East. It's a huge move in the Middle East. And what it does, it's going to link these two nations, Jordan and Saudi Arabia, very close. Because think about it. Her husband will become the king of Jordan. And she's the second cousin to the man who will be the king of Saudi Arabia, making her this link between two powerful monarchies, the Saudi Arabians and the Kingdom of Jordan. And on a biblical standpoint, especially with the Abraham Accords that are involved, Saudi Arabia has not yet entered into the Abraham Accords. But from my understanding is, this is coming. And it may be that these two young power couples, these two Saudi prince, the Saudi crown prince, Mohammed bin Salman, and the crown prince of Jordan, may actually form a coalition. And the link would be the cousin that he is married to over there at Jordan. This is very interesting, and why I say that is that might be how that Saudi Arabia gets pulled into this Abraham Accords. And you got to know something. Once Saudi Arabia gets pulled into the Abraham Accords, it gets huge, huge. There'll be several other nations in the Middle East that will also join, and Northern Africa, that will join this covenant with many. This could be the link that pulls that together. You always keep an eye on what's going on with Israel. Of course, Israel right now is dealing with all kinds of military pressure surrounding them, whether it's from Hamas or Islamic Jihad, which are, of course, in Gaza, or it's from Hezbollah in southern Lebanon, or they're getting pressure, of course, from Iran and Syria and even Russia. And then again, you got to keep an eye on Jordan. What will they really do? What will Saudi Arabia do? What will Libya do? What will Yemen do? What will, so there's this Ethiopia, Libya. You got to keep an eye on all of it. It's a very interesting situation developing, but I wanted to share that. Guys, I just interviewed Agent X. I just want to say, I've interviewed him a few times, but this one's the best ever. It's about 45-minute long interview. It's on Patreon. I had to put it there. It's just unbelievable. Patreon. Just go to my Patreon channel. Let me see. Do I have a link to that Patreon channel here? I can just, you guys know how to find it. Just go to Google and just Google Paul Begley Patreon. Some of you are already followers there. A lot of you are already a part of our Patreon. Here it is. A lot of you already are. Just go to www.patreon.com/Paul Begley. There it is. www.patreon.com/Paul Begley. The interview I just did with Agent X is off the chain. He revealed secrets, if you will. He revealed war strategies from his inside information he's got on what North Korea is trying to do. Now, we know North Korea just fired a missile. They were trying to put a satellite in the heavens, a weaponized satellite. It failed. It crashed. But apparently Kim Jong-un said, no big deal. We're going to fire up another one. It's against international law what Kim Jong-un is doing. So this is creating quite a stir out there, guys. No doubt about that. So we talk about that in this. He gives you some serious information about what they're doing. Then he talks about Israel. He goes into strategic moves that are taking place. And matter of fact, we know right now, and I covered this yesterday, but we know right now that the United States, the 4-star general is sitting, there he is, okay, right there over my shoulder. He's sitting there right now with the top general over there in Israel. And they are building this. He's in charge of CENTCOM, Central Command. So we used to have Europe in charge of the Middle East in that area. But now this guy's in charge. He's a 4-star general. He's in charge of the entire military in the Middle East for the United States. And of course, that includes the entire coalition. Why did he get sent there for 3 days? And thousands of troops are being moved. I am not going to say no more. You need to understand there's something. You got to go watch this Patreon interview I just did at Patreon with Agent X. It is phenomenal. And he'll give you the strategies and the situations that's causing the strategies with the in the Middle East and the strategic moves that are going on now with Israel and others. And then we talk about the war in Russia, between Russia and Ukraine. What is going on there? It's quite extraordinary information. I had no clue was taking place over there. It's very interesting, but we're keeping a close eye on that because that is Very, very interesting. Some information he shared there, including there's been, of course, you've heard rumors of assassination plots for Vladimir Putin, but he brings out some of the confirmation and who's involved in it. And that's shockingly surprising. You need to find out. Got to go watch this video at Patreon. And then we talk about China and China's aggression going on in the, really, China's aggression in the South Pacific. It's unbelievable. The strategic military moves they're making and the political and geopolitical moves they're making with other nations, including how they are trying to make their moves in the United. They are making moves. It's not trying to. They are making moves. Purchasing land, purchasing our debt, sending lobbyists in that are they're purchasing our congressmen. And it's unbelievable. Plus, their military strategic moves they're doing, certainly the threat to Taiwan, they've said that, but Japan is also very nervous. So is Australia. So is the other, the United States territories in the South Pacific. Look, he explains it, though, on how it's being done and beyond the moves you're hearing in the mainstream media. So do this right now. Go to my Patreon channel. Go to www.patreon.com/Paul Begley. This is the best interview I've ever done with Agent X. That's www.patreon.com/Paul Begley. If you're already a member of the Patreon channel, go there right now and watch this interview. If you haven't become a follower there, or you let your subscription run out, go back and resubscribe and watch this interview. Incredible information that we acquired today, 45 minutes or 50 minutes. It's an incredible interview. I want you to go right now and watch it. It's unbelievable. 4 different war strategies going on. North Korea, Russia, the Middle East, which includes America, Israel, and everybody else, and China and everybody else that's involved in that. Everybody involved in the Middle East, everybody involved in the Russia, Ukraine, and everybody involved in North Korea and the South Pacific. This is huge information. Let me just tell you what they call it. Just go there. Go to our Patreon channel. It's right at the very top. It's the newest one. And it's called Agent X Reveals War Efforts. China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea. Agent X reveals the efforts and strategies of all 4 of those nations and the threat of World War III. It's at my Patreon channel right now. And I am so focused on telling you about this. It is such good information that's nothing you see. You don't see this stuff on the mainstream media. They don't talk about this stuff on the mainstream media. They don't even go there. And part of the reason is because they're in on the propaganda, a lot of it. Or they're in on concealing it. The media does this a lot. Points you this direction while this is going on. To keep you occupied with the stupid debt ceiling. We all know what they're going to do. They're just going to raise the debt ceiling higher and higher. The debt will continue. There's nobody cutting. The only way you cut the debt is you have to stop spending on frivolous stuff. I mean, there's stuff you got to spend on, okay? You got to take care of the Social Security. You got to take care of the people. You got to take care of the military to a certain degree. You got to do, there's certain things you have to do, but there's a ton of stuff they do that is useless. It's just wasted. It's just money pouring in to the pockets of those that put them into power. And so while we watch that, and they make a big deal out of that, and they talk politics with each other, the real strategies are going on behind our back that will affect us and affect the world. This is what's going on. This is the dangers of these last days that we're living in. So go to Patreon, check it out, and get all the information, because we're certainly living in the last days. Go to Patreon, www.patreon.com/Paul Begley. Do not miss this interview.
God, I'm so scared for this crooked generation. You even find faith in the earth when you bring down revelation. Forgive us now the sins of our youth, worshiping the idols that knew everything but the truth. Teach us how to uncorrupt our minds. Show us now while we still have the time. We need you, Yeshua. Holy, holy, hallelujah. We need you, Yeshua. Holy, holy, hallelujah. We abandon everything to follow you, our King. We throw our gold and silver in the street.
How much will we see before the fire falls? Lord, could this really be the last altar call? We need your blood over the doorpost of our hearts. Anoint us with your fiery love as the praise and worship starts. We need you, Yeshua. Holy, holy, hallelujah. We need you. You're right, Renee. God's got this. Holy, holy, hallelujah.
We abandoned everything to follow you, our King. We throw our gold and silver in the streets. Oh, we abandoned everything to follow you, our King.
Think about it.
We throw our gold and silver in the streets.
We're living in the last days.
We abandoned everything to follow you, our King. We throw our gold and silver in the street. We abandoned everything to follow you, our King. We throw our gold and silver in the street.
Yeah, we're in the last days, no doubt about that. No doubt about that. I've been asking, or people have been requesting I play this song. I haven't played in a long time, so I'm going to do right here. Again, go to our Patreon channel. Also, don't forget, you really, if you haven't got your tickets for the webinar that's coming up, oh my Lord, you want to do that. Go to our website, go to paulbegleyprophecy.com, get the bundle, We're just 10 days away. What? We're only 10 days away from the best webinar ever. The biggest one ever. It takes 2 weekends to do it. You can get both weekends, all of it. You'll hear 4 times you'll hear Mike from around the world. 2 full, there's 1 hour, one weekend, another whole hour the next weekend, and he's on for an hour panel with me and Heidi and Israel Hall, taking questions from an audience in San Diego, California, live. Well, he'll be tapped in. He won't walk on the stage, guys. Sorry. He's still not been cleared to do that. But we will patch him in live, and he'll take questions from the audience that are live in San Diego, California. And the same thing will happen when we're in Honolulu, again, with the panel. So there's 4 different times, 4 different ways. I mean, this is unbelievable. Plus all the other guys that are incredible. I mean, Bishop Larry Ragland, Archbishop Antonisha Snyder. My Lord have mercy. Let's just get that list again. It's just incredible. Yeah, here we go. Again, it's coming up June 9th. We're 10 days away. Get your bundle ticket and you'll be set for both weekends. The speakers, of course, I'll be speaking live on both locations. So will Sister Heidi on the creepy crypts of the world. L.A. Marzulli is amazing. You'll hear from Mike around the world 4 times. You'll hear Bishop Antonisha Snyder deal with the demons and the exorcism. Mr. Yazzie on the skinwalkers. Bishop Larry Ragland, the demon slayer. Josh Peck from Skywatch TV. Everything about AI, supernatural AI technology. Famous author Carl Gallups on the demons of Revelation. And Israel Hall and Mike Ketterman from POD, who are doing the praise and worship in both locations live. I mean, unbelievable. Get your tickets now. You say, Pastor, wow, I don't want to miss this. It's going to be amazing. It's almost like, look, you're going to have all this one whole weekend, and then a bunch more speakers the next weekend. You can take your time and just watch it throughout the entire week and get all this incredible information. Or you could show up in San Diego and be a part of the San Diego conference live. I'd love to meet you. Heidi and I would love to meet you. Or you can show up at the Honolulu, Hawaii conference and meet us live in Hawaii. This is our chance to meet some of you for the first time. Oh my Lord, this is going to be good. And there's some people going to travel that are traveling into California just for this webinar, just to be a part of that. Unbelievable. So don't miss it, guys. Don't miss it. I'll play this song. Go to Patreon, like we said. Go to Patreon. Reading Hemingway. I see geese flying high above the water, the child fishing with his father in the rain. I can smell blackberry brandy and chocolate-covered candy. I see a soldier crying on a train, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long, as I dream with weary wonder, leaving earth before the dawn. I walk the lonely streets of Paris. I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. All right, Robert. God bless you, brother. Robert Baxter, God bless you, brother. I feel the deepness of his weakness. I can taste the brandy sweetness at a roadside Idaho cafe. Yeah, I have your letter. I can hear old Teddy laughing, Fitzgerald's toes a tapping, to the roaring sounds of yesterday, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long, as I dream with weary wonder. Is that you, Robert, or is that your wife, Christina, I'm talking to? I walked the lonely streets of Paris. I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And the light under the Tiffany lamp glows all night long, as I dream with weary wonder, leaving Earth before the dawn. Okay, Chrissy. I walked the lonely streets of Paris. I was lost and so afraid, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. And a shotgun blast echoed across the page, falling asleep, reading Hemingway. All right, Chrissy, I see you there. Yeah, and I have your letter here, and I was actually, and I'm sorry we missed you missed our call, but again, praying for your husband and just believe in God. Okay, we're just believing God for all the things that are going on. So know that you're definitely in our prayers, and not only you and your husband Robert, but also I was going through letters. I was working late yesterday and last night into the night, reading some of these letters here of folks that are. Mary, if you're watching, I don't know if you're watching at this exact moment, but maybe you'll be watching. But we're praying for your great-grandson who swallowed that battery. And this young child had to go through several surgeries and is very sick, folks, on a feeding tube. We're going to believe God to help in this and to intervene. But I want you to know I have your letter here, and we're praying for this child. I'm actually sending a blanket. You didn't ask for one, but I'm sending a healing blanket to you. Also, Sarah Andrews, I got your letter here. I got your Passover, well, not Passover, your Pentecost offering, and also your letter here. So bless you. Got your card. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Anytime you got green in it, it's not going to shine through. Okay. But anyway, thank you. God bless you. Just some heartbreaking things, and yet there's some really good things that happen as well. This is from, it's hard to read their handwriting right there. But God bless you. Sorry, I can't read your handwriting, but I have your letter right here. Praise God. Another letter I received here. Ladies involved in Christian counseling, and so we need more of those, that's for sure. And we need to pray for her that she continues to make a big change in people's lives. Oh, yeah. Okay. And Alice is one of our faithful prayer warriors. And she sent me a beautiful card here, but then a lot of information about, I went to visit a couple of people that are sick. I won't mention their names and stuff, but I visited them while I was in Michigan a couple weeks ago. So Alice, yeah, we're praying for them. Absolutely. I've got another. Here's a Pentecost offering coming in. This is from Janet. Janet, I got your letter here. Okay. God bless you. Thank you, Susan, for you continue to send your love. And just, everybody sending in their cards and letters, a lot of letters here. Jeffrey, I got your Passover list of things that your Pentecost offering, your list of things that you're believing God for. And just it goes on and on and on. I just wanted to let you guys know that it's just funny that one person, Chrissy Baxter, was in the chat room there, and I just had pulled out these letters. I read them already, but this one here I had pulled back out again just because I wanted to continue to pray for you folks and believe God for you in Jesus' precious name. He's healing the sick. He's setting the captives free. No doubt about it. Get your tickets, though, for the webinar. We only got 10 days. So get the tickets now. We only got 10 days. Buy the bundle ticket. Unless you say, Paul, I don't really want both. I only want to get one of them. I just want to get the first one. Then you can go and buy the ticket just for the first weekend. And then, or somebody may say, I don't want the first weekend. I just want the second weekend. That's fine. You can do it. You can do it like that, or you can just buy the bundle ticket and get it all, and then that way you get both weekends. So, don't miss this. This is huge. And also, again, Patreon. Go to my Patreon channel right now and watch this interview I just did with Agent X. It's called Agent X Reveals War Efforts: China, Russia, Iran, North Korea. Agent X reveals war efforts and strategy of China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea, and the threat of World War III. But this is from the inside information, inside info that he's able to get. None of it classified. He doesn't do that because he's a former NSA agent himself. But certainly he has some contacts on the inside. It makes a big difference. So if you get signed up, if you haven't renewed your Patreon, do that now. Be sure you get in on this great interview with Agent X. I just posted it an hour ago. Agent X at my Patreon channel, okay? At Patreon. God bless all of you. I love you guys, and I'll be back with more. Don't forget, I'll be tonight with Pastor Melvin Whittington on the Getting Ready show, which I guarantee you is going to be another powerful, powerful broadcast. It always is. That's at 7 p.m. Eastern over at ffctv.show. God bless all of you. Give your life to Jesus Christ because the world is falling apart, but he is coming soon.